December means 24 grams of whiskey in 24 days. I've been working through this Advent calendar from Flaviar and picking out bottles every day, blind tasting them, and it's time for day 20. We are in the final stretch here. Let me dig into this box, get that bottle out so we can get started. Day 20 has been extracted. Let's do this. Welcome to Whisky Riffs. If you're new here, I'm Kevin, and thank you for stopping by. We are on day 20, so if you've made it through this many days of my Advent Calendar series, bravo for you. Give yourself a pat on the back, and hey, what the heck? Give my video a like, spread it around YouTube a little bit. It's been great to have your support this far along. Today we are on day 20, which is fantastic. I'm so glad we've made it into the 20s because this has been a lot of work to try to figure out so many whiskeys and struggle with the tasting notes on them, but I'm up for this day. I don't know what the country of origin is for this whiskey. That's on the front of this bottle, and I'm going to show it to you so you get a hint as to where I'm going with my guesses before I figure out where I'm going with my guesses. And after I'm done guessing and doing my tasting notes, I'll look in the Flaviar tasting notes book, figure out what I'm missing, find out a little bit more about the whiskey, and do whatever I can to add some notes to the screen so you have more information and maybe find a new whiskey that you want to explore. These bottles are 50 milliliters, which lets me pour half in a glass and actually have half for later so I can retest the whiskey, make sure that I got my notes and flavors right. And it looks like we're set to go into the 20s. Let me grab this glass. Ooh. Okay, that's a very different note. Yesterday seemed like it was very sweet, a lot of burn on the nose when I first went in there. Today is not so much a burn, but I am getting a lot of cut grass right away. Or that's a little bit of like an apple cider note. Yeah, the more I sit with it, the more it's getting sweeter. I'm getting brighter fruits, I'm getting apple, pears. Can't trust the color, but I thought I'd look at it anyway. I don't know why I keep doing that. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of alcohol burn now in the nose, so maybe it is a bit higher. The sweetness I'm getting is like candies. It's not so much the fruit sweetness. If there's a citrus note in here, it's maybe a lemony note. Got some alcohol burn there. Maybe this is a little higher ABV. Maybe that's a tobacco note that I'm getting on the nose, or leather, one of the two. First taste was pretty spicy. Had some caramel notes for me. Finish wasn't really there. Try again. Yeah, I get a lot of spice in my mouth, but it stops there. I'm not getting any finish at all on this, which is really strange because it seems like it's a pretty potent whiskey. I'm getting like a flavored gum on my nose now. Yeah, it just, the sweetness seems like it's a candy sweetness. Maybe it's a little floral too. Maybe that's why I'm having trouble with it. I don't tend to gravitate towards floral whiskeys. I don't just like this whiskey, I'm just having trouble getting a lot of notes out of it. And I wish I was getting more finish off of it. There's a little bit more now. That took like 3 tastes to get the finish to start activating. And the spiciness on it is leaving a little bit of a sour note in my mouth at the end. Be upset if this is another rye. Sticking back-to-back ryes on these, it's really kind of tricky at Flaviar. I really think I'm getting malt notes, but I'm very confused at this point, 20 days in. But if there's malt notes, there's also some sort of floral notes that aren't striking any familiarity with me. I'm going to go with a Japanese whiskey. I'm going to say this might be a blended whiskey, maybe it has some barley in it, but something else is going on here that I'm not too sure of. I mean, I don't think it's a terribly low ABV. I think it's at least 45%. Let's go with that. Let's go with a Japanese whiskey. I don't know how many we've had so far. Can't play that game anyway. Day 20, right? 20 days in. Pretty far back in the book. Here we are. Day 20. Where am I? Yeah, I don't even know why I'm guessing at this point. This is a straight bourbon whiskey. It's a George Remus straight bourbon whiskey, 47% ABV, which tracks right. It seemed like it was a little spicier there, but I've never had George Remus before, I will have to do some research. I'll put some notes up at the end. Let's see what their notes are. Vanilla, maple. Yeah, okay, that would be that flavoring maybe. Sweet, cherry. Wasn't getting the cherry. I was getting a little bit of caramel. Cocoa, okay, yeah, that's not very sweet note. Bread note, black pepper. There's a lot of spice, so the black pepper I can bite into. I wasn't getting a lot of vanilla. The bottle says George Remus, King of the Bootleggers. I don't know if that's a big selling point at this stage in the whiskey game or not, but it certainly is a story, and every whiskey should have a story if they want to get people interested in their product. Well, I was off on this one. I think I had some caramel notes and I was going down the right path in the beginning, but then I diverted from that. Do you have any experience with George Remus straight bourbon whiskey? Let me know in the comments. I certainly like to hear about that. Any comments about this actual video? I'd like to hear about that as well, or any of the Advent series calendar videos. And until tomorrow, day 21, take care of yourself. Take care of those people around you, and cheers. It's spice without the payoff for me. I just get so much spice. I'll try it again later.